time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by New Stopette, America's leading spray deodorant. The lotion spray deodorant that's like balm to your skin. Boom. There goes perspiration. Now let's all play What's My Line?
Now let's meet the members of our What's My Line panel. First, our publisher panelist, Bennett Cerf.
Ladies and gentlemen, there were 3 very important people up at West Point today for graduation exercises. One of them was President Eisenhower, one was General Omar Bradley, and one was Arlene Francis. Now, you guess which one is at my immediate right.
I'd like my full title, Honorary Whack Sergeant.
Wacky.
And to my right is the gentleman who, in the early days, billed himself as the world's worst juggler, Mr. Fred Allen.
I must say that I lived down to it, too, Arlene. And at my right, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady at my right.
Oh, all right.
That was changed, I think. At my right, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady who has something bothering her tonight. She wants to know, when you're eating the tongue in a tongue sandwich, is the tongue tasting you, or are you tasting the tongue? It's Dorothy Kilgallen. This was fun.
And on my right, another juggler, or really opposite me, a juggler of confusing terminology, our beloved moderator, John Daly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. Tonight, once again, some interesting occupations and some very nice people who've brought them here, and a panel that we trust we'll be able to give a rough time to. We'll also have a famous guest challenger a bit later on, but I think it's time for these experts of ours now to meet the first challenger. So will you sign in, please, ma'am?
Elizabeth Rowans, is that right? Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Mrs. Rowans, and
That's
where are
right.
you from, Mrs.
Baltimore,
Rowans?
Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland.
That's
Well, it's
right.
nice to have you here with us.
Thank you.
We would like to let the panel have a brief, close look at you because it might give them some ideas. So would you take a walk down in front of the panel for me?
Rollins?
Hello, Mr. Rowan.
Mrs. Rowans, how are you?
All right, Mrs. Rowans, over here and sit down next to me, if you will. And we'll see what we can do about making life a little bit unpleasant for the panel. In a nice way, of course. Do you know how we score this operation, Mrs.
Yes,
Rowans?
I do.
And I won't explain all of that then. We will merely move now to let the folks who are at home and those who are here in the theater with us know what your line is. All right. The panel's going to have to work this all out. Mrs. Rowans, you all ready? Then we'll just, if you are, say that you are salaried and begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Mrs. Rowans, you're from Baltimore?
Yes, I am.
I can take it for granted you're not on the Baltimore Orioles, may I know?
No.
Do you perform a service of some kind?
I do.
Do people come to you for this service?
Yes, they do.
Do they come to you in groups rather than one at a time?
Sometimes.
Might I come to you for this service?
No.
One down, 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Well, might I, Mrs. Rowans?
Yes, you would.
Then is it more likely that females would come to you than males?
Yes.
Are they better off or happier when you're finished with them?
Sometimes.
Well,
Very wise answer.
do they ever come to you because they have to and not because they want to?
Oh, yes.
Now, wait a minute, let's have a small conference here.
Yes, it is.
Well, now, tell you, by golly, that's true. Sometimes.
Well, I hardly know what area we're in that case.
Well, I'm not sure myself, Dorothy, so we can have a lot of fun.
Do you work in what might be called some type of institution?
No.
No, we wouldn't call it an institution. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
Do you, in the process of servicing the person, do you touch the people at any time?
Sometimes I do.
Only occasionally?
That's right.
Not as a regular practice?
Well, actually, what I think Mrs. Rowans means, it's not absolutely necessary, but in the performance of her functions, she sometimes, as a matter of courtesy, helpfulness, friendliness, could and on occasion does come in physical contact with those who use her services.
John, I'm going to ask for equal time. If I can get it on another network. Well, do you work in any particular, do you work indoors?
I do.
Do you work in an office of sorts?
No.
Not in an office.
No office. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Is there anything advisory or instructive in your work, Mrs. Rowans?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Sir.
Well, Mrs. Rowans, is there anything entertaining in what you do?
I don't think it is.
Would I be entertaining?
No, I wouldn't think it was entertaining either. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, does something happen to these people after they see you?
Yeah, something happens to them, doesn't it?
These women? Does it have anything to do with children?
Oh, yes.
Are these...
Now, the service has something to do with children. That's the context of your question, isn't it?
Well, yes, the whole thing that she does.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily educational. Is that correct?
No, I asked that.
Yes, it is not necessarily educational, no.
Are these ladies who come to you married?
Oh, sometimes they are.
My next question just went out the window. Do you have anything to do with health?
Yes.
Yes, I would say there is a definite relationship between health and the functions which Mrs. Rowans serves.
Well, are these ladies expectant mothers?
Sometimes.
They don't have to be?
Beg your pardon?
Is it true that they don't have to be to enjoy your service?
Yes, it is true that they don't have to be, no. That's
Why, Dorothy.
Well, do you have anything to do with the clothing that they wear?
Yes.
Do you have something to do with maternity clothes?
No.
Wait a minute, small conference. If you never did, then we'll just knock that right over. 6 down and 4 to go. I would make the point here that Mrs. Rowans, in her experience, has not had anything to do with the maternity clothes. So that's 6 down and 4 to go. Mr. Allen, I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Well, John, I think anything I say will be wrong, so I pass.
Mr. Allen passes, Miss Francis.
Is this clothing for, is it something that is seen? If you were to come in the room at a party, would you be liable to wear this clothing that you sell or are involved in?
Sure. Yes.
You would, it would be seen. It would show.
Yes.
Some of it.
Is it a particular kind of clothing that is worn in a particular day?
There she goes
No.
again. Isn't she wonderful? That's 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Surf, and 30 seconds.
Is it any kind of uniform? Do you yourself ever wear a uniform, Mrs. Rowans?
Yes, I do.
Would it be a white one?
It would.
Is it some kind of nursing that you're connected with then?
No.
Nope, no nursing, and I'm going to flip all of the cards because I think that this is a very tough one and you've just not been able to get on the track. Because Mrs. Rowans is an attendant in the free public bath operated by the city of Baltimore. Mrs. Rowans, you get the full prize, and thank you very much for a tough and interesting occupation. It's nice to have had you with us on What's My Line.
What you mean I wouldn't go to
Bennett's looking mad. Hold everything. Yes, Bennett.
What do you mean I don't take a bath? When I said, would I go there? And Mrs. Rowans said, no. Might I
We
not go
don't
to-
think if you went there that Mrs. Rowans would be handling you.
It's a ladies' bath.
Another thing, John, is they wouldn't be dressed the way to go to a party or to
Well,
come into a room.
Parties being operated at all hours of the day and night, we will presume that if you
What
go
an
to take a bath...
evasive answer.
Evasive, Arlie. Me? I'm outraged. So
What's
will you
going
sign
on in
please,
Baltimore,
sir?
I wonder? I was wondering.
William Gourley. Is that right, sir? And I would have you note, panel, a very firm and clear handwriting. Where are you from, sir?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. Well, with the Dodgers doing as well as they're doing, I can see why you would have firm handwriting. That's for sure. Would you let the panel get a closer look at you, sir? Just take a walk in front of the panel.
Gourley?
Hello, Mr. Gourley.
Gourley, how are you?
All right, Mr. Gourley, if you'll come over here and sit down, we'll see if we can't tie the panel into knots again. Do you know how we score this operation?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, fine. I don't have to explain that again. Of course, I'll get frustrated after a while, but we won't explain it anyway. What we will do now is let the folks at home and those who are here in the theater with us know what your line is, and then let the panel work it out. All right. Mr. Gourley, you all set?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gourley is all set. We will announce that he is salaried and begin the general questioning with Fred Allen.
Mr. Gourley, do you deal in services?
Yes, sir.
Might you perform this service for me?
Yes, sir.
I wish Miss Rowans was back. I'd be better. Do you, then I gather that you deal more with men than you do with women.
No, sir.
Small conference.
He must know what he does, John. Don't talk him out of it.
John's trying very hard.
Mr. Gourley feels that he wants to be completely fair about this, Fred, so we will give you a qualified answer there. It is true that in the long pull, it might be that he would come in contact with men more than women in his job.
May I continue?
Yes, if you will.
When you get started, John, I feel like a fly in an Alka-Seltzer. I know I'm in there, but I have no control of things that's going on. Well, now these men, for some of these men, would this service be a necessity rather than a luxury?
Yes, sir. Yes, it would.
Well, do these people for whom you do this have anything in common?
Yes, they do.
Well, what I mean is, would some of them be helpful if their looks were improved?
No.
Wouldn't be improved.
Would some of them be helpful if their looks were improved?
Would they be improved if their looks were improved?
I think it's possible, don't you, that in some of these cases, if you improve their general appearance, they might be helped, yes.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is, do you deal with people, fellows who are overweight or fellows who are losing their hair or anything like that?
No. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
But the people do come to you rather than you going to the people.
That is a question, if you would like to put it
From the
affirmatively.
expression on Mr. Gourley's face, I don't think I'll use the question at all. Do you travel in your work, Mr. Gourley?
Yes, I do.
How are things? Do you go from door to door, Mr. Gourley?
No.
Not from door to door. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sheriff.
Mr. Gourley, if you're not a member of the police department, you ought to be. Have you got anything to do with the police department?
Yes, I do.
Now, what is it? You say you travel a bit?
Yes, I do.
Would you be, by any chance, in one of those little green cars that ride around the streets?
No. That makes it 3 down and 7 to go, Miss
On
Kilgallen.
the right track.
Are you a plainclothes officer rather than a uniform type?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Just say no. It'll
I'm
be all right.
glad.
No.
Let's save time. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Allen.
You're not an officer for a school by any chance? Probation
You're not an
officer.
officer for a school,
No.
by any chance. No, that
Yes,
makes
he is
it
not.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
But do you travel on something rather than your feet when you travel?
Yes, I do.
Is it a motorcycle?
No.
Golly, Dave. 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Sir.
Is it an automobile?
No.
It's not
It's a paddy wagon.
Well, it's... Seven down and 3 to go. And since Arlene jumped in, our auditor,
I
we'll just flip the rest of the cards. Is that all right, dear?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
And what does Mr. Gourley have to do with the patrol wagon, paddy wagon?
Drives it.
He drives it. And now let me tell you a real shocker. We were hoping that Bennett would go on his line of questioning about the police department. Mr. Gourley is not a policeman. He is a civil service employee of the police department. And we were hoping to tie you in knots with that one. But we
You
didn't.
did anyhow.
But, Mr. Gourley, you tied him in knots with other things.
you very
And thanks for being an interesting guest on What's My Line. Thanks for having us. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here's Arlene Gray.
Once upon a time, girls had to shade themselves from summer, the heat, you know, and sun. But now a girl can really dress comfortably because now she has perfect protection from summer's two greatest nuisances, perspiration and sunburn. Yes, you have perfect two-way protection with this new Stopette Summer and Sun Special. Famous Stopette for finest underarm protection, and with it, free famous Sea and Ski Tanning Cream for finest protection under the sun. Stopette, as I probably don't have to tell you, is the lotion spray deodorant that contains soothing ingredients. So gentle, yet Stopette is completely effective. Just poof, and there goes perspiration. And now, happy summer day, Stopette brings you a special bonus, free. This big tube of Sea and Ski Tanning Cream. It's the smoothest way in the world to get a tan. No wonder it's won the hearts of sun lovers everywhere. Sea and Ski, you see, positively prevents burning or peeling and helps you turn a delicious golden color. But be sure to pick up Stopette Summer and Sun Special right away because it's a limited offer. Yes, and what a beautiful bargain. Only $1.25 plus tax for both Stopette, the lotion spray deodorant, and a generous tube of Sea and Ski Tanning Cream at drug and cosmetics counters everywhere.
And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my friends on the panel are blindfolded. The blindfolds are all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good.
JD.
Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? Panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery celebrity, we get right down to the general questioning. And let's begin that tonight with Miss Arlene Francis.
Are you part of the entertainment world?
Are you part of the entertainment world?
Yep, part of the entertainment world.
I would say this. I think you can be misled here. So I will say that there is a relationship between our guest and the entertainment world. Go ahead, Miss Francis. I'm sorry, you all ask questions one at a time in turn, and we go clockwise. Mr. Sir.
Well, does that answer, sir, mean that if you are in the entertainment world, your participation is behind the scenes? Not in the public view?
Yeah, I'm in the public view.
Well, our guest is in the public view, but Bennett, you basically, I think, in applying your question, our guest is behind the scenes in the fundamental relationship to the entertainment world. Miss Kilgallen.
He's behind the scenes in his fundamental relationship to the entertainment world?
Yes.
Is that what we're working on?
That's what you're working on if you choose to stay there, yeah.
Well, are you in the amusement or entertainment world, including sports?
Well, here we go again. May I answer this one?
Go ahead.
What we have here is a relationship between our guest and entertainment, period.
Okay.
And what you have in addition is the knowledge that this relationship is a behind-the-scenes relationship rather than one that would cause our guest in this particular context to appear before the public. Mr. Allen.
Well, is there sports in that or isn't there? You didn't answer that.
That's what we want to know. Is he...
Well, all right, then you can rule it out.
I'll ask, is he in the sports field? He must know what he does, vaguely.
Not in the sports field.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Have you anything to do with the theater?
Nothing to do with the theater.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Would you be called a businessman rather than an entertainment person then?
Yes, a businessman.
Tycoon, eh?
Miss Gilgallen.
Do you also do something in the arts, such as writing, painting?
Do you also do something
Writing
in the
music.
arts, such as writing, painting?
I do not.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you a director?
A director?
Mm-hmm.
I
Man
am
who
not.
points at other people.
Oh, wait a minute. Director, in what sense, Mr. Allen?
Directing...
Traffic.
Yes, directing traffic indoors. No, directing a play or a musical.
Oh, no, that's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you a director in any other sense of the word?
Yeah, I am a director in another sense of the word, yes. Director of corporations.
Director of what?
Sir?
Director of corporations, you said?
Director of
Are you by any chance the head of a business that is listed on the New York Stock Exchange?
Yes, I am.
Miss Gilgallen?
I'm dead. Are you in any way connected with merchandising?
With merchandising? You mean in the sense of a relationship to a big department store?
That's right.
No, I am not.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Allen.
Is he interested in the automotive business?
Automotive business?
That's right.
I am not.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, do you have anything whatsoever to do with one of our sponsors on What's My Line?
Nothing to do with your sponsors.
I'm sorry.
7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Does your company own a chain of theaters or motion picture houses?
We do not.
8 down and 2 to go, Miss Gilgallen.
Well, are you strictly interested in money?
By which you mean in the banking fraternity or its
Stocks
allied...
and bonds, or
Beg your pardon?
stocks and bonds?
Stocks and bonds. That's very good, Dorothy.
No, not strictly interested in
No.
that.
9 down and 1 to go, Mr. Allen.
You're not in politics by any chance?
No politics.
Ten
down and
Can I have
none to
one
go.
more question, John?
I beg your pardon?
Can I have one
Make it
more
55.
question?
Yes, you can have one more question.
Have you been changing the names of half the hotels in the United States?
This is indeed the man who has been changing the names of lots of hotels, but not
Conrad
in the
Hilton.
United States.
Yes, take your bet.
You can have Conrad Hilton is right. And actually, I think you're going to do another bit of that international development of yours in Istanbul, are you not?
Yes, we're leaving here on Wednesday to open up a new hotel in Istanbul, Turkey.
Golly, that's fine. And you've got hotels in Madrid and Puerto Rico, so you know when you go to these foreign countries to get a towel, it'll be the same kind of towel you can get in America. Yes, Fred?
I think we better watch, Mr. Hilton. This place may be a hotel by tomorrow.
It will, too. Mr. Hilton, thank you very much, sir, for being a guest a little bit out of the ordinary on What's My Line and for having a lot of good fun with us and with the family. Nice to see you. Let's see what we can do very rapidly with a final challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please, sir? Mr. X. Mr. Alex Tansman, and where are you from, sir?
New York.
Fine. You come over here and sit down right with me, will you? Panel, this is going to be a test. I want you to move very rapidly because we're going to have about a minute and a half. See if you can find out exactly what we're up to. You know how to score this, Mr. Tansman?
Yeah.
Fine, then we'll very quickly let the people at home and here in the theater know what your line is, and then put the panel to work. All right. Mr. Tansman is self-employed. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Is there a product involved in what you do?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it useful?
Yes,
Would it be found in the home?
yes,
Do you imagine I've ever had anything to do with this?
yes,
Would it ever be found in the kitchen?
yes.
Does it have anything to do with food?
Well,
Has anything to do with food?
No.
No. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Allen.
Does it have anything to do with water?
With water? 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Preston.
Would a person ever carry it around?
yes,
Would you carry it around?
In a manner of speaking, you'd carry it around.
Would you
yes.
carry it in your hand rather than on your head?
Uh,
Oh, you would carry it on your head, huh? Would
Well,
you carry it on your head, John, for fun?
yeah, you could for fun. Mm-hmm.
Is it anything in the hat family?
yes,
It is something in the hat family. Is it anything in the chef's family?
The chef's family? No, and boy, I think it's a good thing we ran out of time. We'll throw the chips in, but you were getting awfully close. Mr. Tansman makes Davy Crockett hats. He is the Walt Disney contract. Oh, fine. Mr. Tansman is going to give his winnings to the Hot Fund and go back and start making Walt Disney's wonderful hats. And thank you, Mr. Tansman. Sorry,
Wonderful.
we didn't have more time to spend. Nice to see you. We'll be back in just a moment, but first, here is Arlene Gray for Stopettes.
You never saw a headline like this, and you never will. People expect news every day. And they expect news in the things they buy, too. And that's why the news of this new product made welcome headlines. It's Stopette in a brand new cream form for those who prefer a cream deodorant. And it's a true cream, gentle and soothing, with no harsh evaporating alcohol. Its new swivel case works just like a lipstick. This is a new twist in deodorants, and it means no stubborn jars, no gooey fingers, no waste, nothing to wash off. And this new Stopette cream gives you Stopette's famous 3-way protection. It's a deodorant, it's an antiperspirant, and like Stopette spray, it also soothes. So try this new Stopette cream deodorant. It's the new way to smooth away perspiration.
Now, before our little collection of Davy Crockett say goodnight, may I remind you to tune in again next Sunday evening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, when once again we invite you to play What's My Line. For other localities, check your local listings for the date and time of our weekly series.
Father's Day is Sunday, June 19th. Why don't you give that peach of a guy a peach of a gift? The fast, clean-shaving, comfortable Remington electric shaver. Remember, the Remington is so gentle it can shave the short, close fuzz off a peach without harming that tender skin. Here, the guard is removed so you can see the fuzz fall. Yet the Remington is so powerful it can shave the tough bristles off a brush. Father's Day, give Dad the shave he's always wanted. Give him the Remington shave.
And now you'll have a lot of laughter explained to you, because until next week, this is John Daly saying good night, Dorothy.
Good night, John. Good night, Fred.
Good night, Mrs. Crockett.
I'm Daisy Crockett, Queen of the Wild Frontier. Good night, Bennett.
you send that back to keep over tomorrow, John.
And Mr. Tansman, as you can see, brought one for everybody. Here's mine. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being with us on What's My Line.
Transportation for What's My Line is arranged through American Airlines, America's leading airline, serving 77 major cities throughout the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This has...